Elise Lightyear here, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is back to the hot topic of dating in China. If you have not seen my very first video about what exactly it's like to date in this country as an expat, then please go watch it. You will be fascinated, you will be educated, and you will be very surprised. This video is going to be all about the stories. We're talking dates gone wrong. Taps me on the shoulder. I turn around and I was like, who are you? And he was like, hey Elise, it's James. And I was like, crazy random catfish stories.
I was talking about him and I was like, hold up, you know Chris? He told me he's a doctor. It's like, he told me he's an engineer. You know what? He told me he was a businessman.
And of course, love. And just like my other dating videos, you will not only be hearing from me, but from other expats who live all over China, because representation matters. Oh! Dating apps. I used to be, so quite some time ago, I met this African expat on Tinder. Him and I went on, our first date was like Christmas Eve, and we went for dinner and for drinks. And it was fine, I guess. Really nothing exciting happened at all. But I knew kind of within the first 10 minutes I wasn't really into him. And as we got up to leave so I could walk to the subway, he like grabbed me and forcefully shoved his slimy, bumpy tongue down my throat. And I like pushed him away. And then we started arguing because I was like, what the? Why would you do that? Don't do that. That's gross. I don't know you. I don't want that. Off limits. Back it up. You're nasty. That was weird. Get away from me. So needless to say, it didn't end well. And blockity block, blocked him. A whole year passes. This memory of this creepy man has disappeared from my brain. And I am once again on Tinder, swiping, reading stupid profiles, wasting my time and energy. And I find a profile of some dude named John or something, some very generic name, and start talking. And everything is good. Like, we're vibing, we have a good connection, and I was like, oh, this guy's kind of cool. But I should have known something was up because his pictures on Tinder were all like profile photos of him in the shade or a shadow. There was not one photo where I could see his face like straight on. So I really couldn't tell you what this guy looked like. But we know looks are not everything. The personality was there, the jokes were there. So eventually we moved from Tinder to WeChat and we start talking. So I look on his feed, there are no pictures. I look at his profile picture and it's kind of like a shadowy silhouette of a figure again. And I'm like, I wish this guy would send me a photo. I don't know why I didn't ask for photos. I don't know. Sometimes I just go on dates because I'm hungry and I'm broke. And this may have been one of those times because I don't know why I didn't press this man for a photo, but whatever. He asked me on a date. We go to a bar downtown Beijing. I get there first, looking good. And I'm sitting there and minutes later, I feel some very big hands caress my shoulders. So I'm just sitting there like this. And I look up and my face goes white. My mouth drops. This man walks around to the table, slowly sits in front of me. And he's like, hi Elise, it's me.
Another weird story that happened to me here in China was that I once had a stalker here. So there was this guy at the gym. A lot of people do not use their pictures for dating apps and say like Grindr type apps. And I did use mine. So there was this guy who saw me in the gym every day, changing my clothes, taking a shower, and I had no idea who he was, and he just kept sending me messages like, I was watching you in the shower today. You look this and that. Do you want to meet up? And I was like, no, dude, I to not, you're creepy AF, and can you please stop this? It freaked me out a bit, and there was this time, a point in time when I did not want to go to the gym again. That's okay, he's not gonna do anything to me, so I think I'm pretty safe here. And then there was just this one time that I confronted him online, and I said, okay, dude, you never sent me up. I asked him to send me his face, so he sent me the picture of his face. I took a screenshot of that, and then I said, okay, dude, now I got your face. You gotta think about your behavior, because like this is not okay. You're just stalking me, sending me those creepy messages. You're watching me naked in the shower. That is not okay. What did you expect me to say? Okay, let's go hook up immediately. That's not gonna happen. No, and we're not gonna talk again. We're not gonna meet up. Nothing is going to happen. But I got your face now, so don't do it again. Don't do it to other people. He was like, okay, I'm sorry. Well, that was another experience.
Story time! So this was pretty recent. I was on a video call with 2 of my friends on a Zoom call on my laptop, and on my phone I got a call. I got a call from a guy who I had gotten his WeChat contact from Tinder, but his questions were just the typical horny Chinese men questions like, how many men have you slept with? Do you like to do blah blah blah? When can we meet up? I don't even reply to those messages, like boring. So he calls me and I thought it would be fun to answer it while my friends are still on the video call and answer it, and he doesn't speak any English and I don't speak any Chinese. So I don't know what he's saying, and eventually I just say "Zamala," which means like what's up, I guess. And he then proceeds to make sexual sounds as if he is having sex, and then tells me, makes the sounds, he's like, come on baby, implying that he wants me to make these sexual sounds so that he can get off. In that moment it was very funny. It's still funny, but it's just an example of how so many Chinese men see a foreign woman and think it is their free ticket to experiencing all their sexual desires, because they naturally think that all foreign women just want to be having sex all the time and they can just send them dick pics, send them inappropriate messages. Do you think I can satisfy you? And it just can get really frustrating.
This man walks around to the table, slowly sits in front of me, and he's like, hi Elise. To me, do you know that this was the exact same man from my Christmas Eve date gone very wrong? And now here we are later and he's catfished me. And we're sitting across from each other and I can't breathe, I can't think, I'm in shock, I am speechless. And he's just like having a casual conversation and says, you know, I have been looking for you ever since you blocked me, and I really feel like we're meant to be together, and I've missed you so much, and I'm sorry I didn't reveal my true identity, but I knew that you didn't want to see me and this was the only way, and this is fate and we're just meant to be, Elise. And my dumbass sat there like, look at this. Maybe it is fate. Maybe we are meant to be. But little old Elise Lightyear likes to act like she's confrontational. But in reality, Wobu Shihuan confrontation. I do not like confrontation. And even though he was very much in the wrong, I was very hungry. So I sat there for 45 minutes and listened to this man confess his love for me over and over and over again, which was just really pathetic, but also hilarious. And pretty much, my memory stops after I ordered the most expensive things on the meal. I'll have the tomahawk steak, please. The creme brulee, a bottle of Syrah or Patron. Yeah, whatever your most expensive wine. Yeah, we'll take the whole bottle. Once I got home, I blocked him from WeChat and deleted my Bumble account.
This guy named Chris, when I first met him, he was like, yeah, I'm a doctor. I said, oh, really? Are you going for school for being a doctor? He was like, yeah. He was talking about trying to ask me if I want to volunteer to go to Wuhan to help them with the coronavirus. I'm like, oh, nice. 2 of my friends was talking about him, and I was like, hold up, you know Chris? It was like, yeah. They was like, how you know? I was like, he told me he's a doctor. They was like, he told me he's an engineer. The other one, he told me he was a businessman. I was like, oh snap.
I'm met on a Chinese dating app called Tantan. We had a really good connection. He was really funny. He was into hip hop. We had a lot of things in common. We decided to meet up for dinner. But once I got there, I was like looking around everywhere, like, where is this guy? Where is this man? And then someone comes and taps me on the shoulder. I turn around and I was like, who are you? And he was like, hey, Elise, it's James. And I was like, it wasn't even that he had photoshopped or was using beauty cam on his pictures. He was a whole different person. In his pictures, he was tall, muscular, had big, bright brown eyes, a full head of black wavy hair. And in real life, this man was shorter than me, and I'm 5'2". He had a very patchy looking beard. He looked like he hadn't slept in days. It looked like he had never been to the dentist before, and he just was not my type whatsoever. And for some reason, I was like, well, I'm here and I'm hungry, so I'm just gonna give this a shot. And I went to dinner with this man, and it was just beyond awkward. He did address the fact that he used someone else's photos because he was scared of revealing his true identity. And then in the middle of the date, he went to the bathroom and never came back.
Another time, I got catfished in that small city. I was using Blued for the first time, and there was like this attractive person like really trying hard to date with me. So the time I said, okay, let's do it, it turned out to be a 40-something-year-old ugly man who just wanted to have a hookup. But I was just like shocked when I saw him, and I said like, who are you? Like, why are you here? Like, where is this guy? And he showed me on the phone, I am this guy. It's like, no, fuck, you are not. So I really wanted to run away, yell at the security guard like, oh, this creep is here harassing me, save me please. But luckily that person got embarrassed and left. Oof, that was really scary.
So in my first year in China, before I met my boyfriend, I was dating a lot online and meeting a lot of people. So there was this one guy who added me, and he was like, well, yeah, you can hang out with me, sure, I can show you around, but you have to pay me. He was a money boy, and for whatever I were to do with him, he wanted me to pay him, to which I was like, okay, fine, I'm not doing that, bye, block. A few months later, there is a new colleague at work, and this guy was there. And the funniest was that he had enough confidence to be the one to remind me of that experience. He was like, hey Daniel, we actually know each other. I was like, do we? Like, yeah, dating app. He's that money boy. Okay. That was awkward.
So I was at the bar, minding my own business, and a gentleman who decided that being sober was not the right thing for the night. He was very friendly, drinking a lot, and Jules and her best friend at the time.
And
then began chatting to find out she's from Scotland and she does not like my yellow jacket.
So Jared had this bright yellow hoodie on, which, to be clear, no issue with wearing a yellow hoodie, but it had holes in it, and he explained that it was his favourite item of clothing. And I sort of asked, well, why is it so unloved if it's your favourite? And I offered to sew it for him because I'm a crazy person, and he said, okay, as long as I can get your WeChat so that I can get it back. Jared messaged me asking if I had sewn his jacket, which obviously I had not.
Just shows how much I like that jacket.
So that day, very hungover and very tired, after waking up early to sew said jacket. And I washed it as well. It was very kind. I went into town and walked Jared's dog. And so when we went on this walk, he suggested going to this park, but I obviously had to get the DD. That was fine. So I got the DD there. Then Jared left his keys in the car, so I had to use my, at the time, really terrible Chinese, because I'd only been in China for about 6 months, to get his keys back for his house. Then when the DD driver drove away for the second time, Jared realised that the park was not the park that he thought it was.
It was the Intercontinental.
Yeah, the hotel. And so we ended up walking around the grounds of a hotel, and then got another DD to the actual park.
Somehow we found it.
So it was quite an interesting first meet up, and I really liked you and I really liked your dog, but we probably both weren't really, well, we just weren't looking for a relationship, so we weren't
enjoyed
there, you know? We just enjoyed
company.
each other, each other's company. And then slowly but surely we
She said she wouldn't leave.
moved in together.
She said she won't leave.
Yeah,
And
that is
she
absolutely
said,
true.
"Tell me if you want me to leave," and I didn't.
Yeah, I don't take any social cues very well, so I did warn you of that, and I
She did.
slowly but surely just moved in.
Into my tiny apartment.
Slowly but surely put a ring on my finger. Slowly but surely got pregnant. But yeah, that's our story.
There was one time last summer where I still cannot believe it, but a man who could probably be my grandfather hit on me in English. I was walking down the street to meet my friends at a bar, and an older man came up very close next to me and was like, "Would you like to dance?" I did not think that he was talking to me. I thought that like maybe he was on a phone call. I just had no clue that it was directed to me. So I continue to walk and he says it again, like way louder. "Would you like to dance with me?" And now that I'm standing there and he's got my full attention, I get a very good look at him. Very traditional in the way that he was dressed, with like these old Chinese man loafers with the white socks and some very sensible jeans with a blue polo that was tucked into the jeans with a fake Gucci belt. He had a necklace made of walnuts and a bracelet made of walnuts. And he had a very nice leather man purse that kind of rested right on his belly. And he wanted to know if I would like to dance with him. I was surprised. I was taken aback. I was like, okay, well, let's have a conversation. Maybe I do want to dance. And then we find ourselves in the middle of the sidewalk having a conversation. You know, he asked, "Where are you from? Can you speak Chinese? How long have you lived in China? What do you do? Where are you going?" He repeats his first question, "Do you want to dance with me?" And I'm like, I'm on my way to meet my friends. I don't want to just drop what I'm doing and dance with you right this moment. So we exchanged WeChat information with each other. And about a day later, of course, I found out that this old man just wanted to have sex with me. I hope that you guys enjoyed all these very unique stories. Big shout out to all of the other expats featured in this video. If you want to know more about them, then you can follow them on their socials listed below in the description. And as always, please give this video a big thumbs up. You know what it is. Elise Lightyear over and